up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Lexie, as you can see on my jacket. But I am just welcoming you guys to the video. This is a special one. So I actually put a little poll on my, or like a question box on my Instagram earlier this week. And I had 4 topics and I'm like, which one do you guys want to hear about in my next YouTube video? And this one by far got the most votes, and it was a video on sweet tooth hacks. So that is what you're gonna get in this video. I'm gonna run through all my different macro-friendly, like sweet tooth hacks, so to say. When I say hacks, I just mean some different ways you can curb your sweet tooth without like going all in for, you know, the actual cake, the actual cookies, the actual ice cream. Not that there is anything wrong with cookies, cake, and ice cream. I will put that disclaimer out there. Everything in moderation. However, I think a lot of you guys who tune into my channel, you know, you guys are living the health, the fitness journey, whether you're a competitor or just somebody who enjoys living a healthy lifestyle. So I think some of these tips will come in handy for you. So stay tuned for this video. At the end of this video, if you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you like this content, and give me a follow on Instagram if you are not already following me on there. But welcome to the video, and I'm excited to show you guys some of my favorite sweet tooth hacks. Okay, hack number 1 is going to be peanut butter out of the freezer. So let me explain. I'm going to show you guys what this essentially looks like and why I do it. But this is hack number 1 for different sweet tooth hacks. I don't know if I'm going to keep count in this video, but this is what I'm starting out with, and I am going to show you guys why I love this little hack so much. Okay, so those of you guys who have followed me for a while may remember I did this in prep, but this was like my little sweet treat every day when I was in prep back last summer. And don't ask me how like I started doing it, but I started putting my and storing my peanut butter jars in the freezer. And my freezer like isn't at the coldest setting, so it's not like defrost, but essentially it freezes the peanut butter, and it looks kind of like this on top. And so like it's definitely like it's very, very hard. So I take like a fork or a knife to it, and like it's essentially like peanut butter fudge. So I feel like I'm eating fudge when I'm not. It's, you know, it's peanut butter. So this is my sweet tooth hack number 1. I know it sounds kind of like weird, random, but it is peanut butter out of the freezer. I do find that it's a little bit easier also to kind of control yourself when it's frozen, whereas like if it's liquid, it's very easy to just take a spoon to the jar and like never stop. So this is hack number 1, frozen peanut butter. I suppose you could also store it in the refrigerator if you didn't want it as hard, but I just take a fork, take a knife to it, weigh it out, and it's like a little fudge treat. So at least I feel like it is. So this is hack number 1 for my sweet tooth hacks. Okay, you guys, so the next little hack, hack 2 on the agenda here, is something I'm going to show you. It's a product, and there are actually many different ways you can use the product beyond just its traditional way. And this is something that actually really helps me when I have a sweet tooth. So it is, if I can show it to the camera, Pamcakes Pancake Mix. So this is a protein pancake mix. In my opinion, it is the best tasting, and not only that, it has the best macros. So I don't have anything against like Kodiak cakes or other protein pancake brands. However, I find that this one has the best macros. It's 2.5 fat, 16 carb, 13 protein per 1/3 cup. And this is the confetti flavor, but they actually have a lot of different flavors. They have peanut butter chip, they have buttermilk, they have pumpkin spice, they have double chocolate chip. There's a ton of different flavors, right? And with macros like that, that's pretty freaking awesome that the macros are that good. And why I'm mentioning this product is because, of course, you can use it to make pancakes, to make waffles. I do that all the time. But you can also use it to make a mug cake, and that's something that I like to do. So you can actually put the mix in a like a mug, a coffee mug or a bowl, add water, mix it up, put it in the microwave, put it in there for like 30 seconds, and then put it back in if you want. But I like when it's like a little undercooked, and then you can add whatever toppings you want. Sugar-free syrup, nut butter, fruit. Heck, you could even take their buttermilk flavor and add chocolate chips and make a chocolate chip mug cake out of it, or you could do chocolate chip pancakes, of course, or waffles. But this is just something I wanted to share because I do find that this mix is super versatile. Again, you could make pancakes with it, you can make waffles, you can also make mug cakes. And I also find that in a lot of recipes that you find on like Instagram that call for like protein recipes that call for some sort of flour, I've actually found that you can use that mix and you can actually substitute it in for a lot of flours. And I actually have a really fun recipe on my page with the mix. All you do is you mix some of that Pamcake Pancake mix with Greek yogurt and you put it in the air fryer and it makes like a dough ball. I'll insert a picture up here. You can go to my Instagram page and the full recipe is actually saved on that reel, but that's another little thing. So it's just all about getting creative, but I wanted to spotlight Pamcakes Pancake mix because you can do a whole lot with it. And I do have a discount code, so I'll put it below. It's always in the description box as well, but that is sweet tooth hack number 2. Okay, I want to show you guys probably my favorite sweet tooth hack as of recently, and it is going to be, first and foremost, we'll kind of call this one Greek yogurt because you can do so much with Greek yogurt, and I've really been on like a Greek yogurt kick recently, so I love this brand, the Chobani Zero Sugar Vanilla. It tastes really good, and look at these macros. 0 fat, 6 carb, 13 protein for a serving. That's really freaking great. So very high in protein, no fat. It's also zero lactose is in it. So for you lactose intolerant people, you may be able to tolerate this. But anywho, I love my Greek yogurt, and you know, of course, I like enjoying it plain. However, I also like having a little bit of fun with it. And the two things I like to do with it the most are going to be making like a protein Greek yogurt bowl, so to say. So I love this cake pop flavor, PESCIENCE, so good, probably my favorite flavor. But I love taking some Greek yogurt, adding some protein, and then adding a little bit of water for consistency, stirring it up. It literally tastes like frosting, especially if you use this flavor and then this Greek yogurt or any vanilla Greek yogurt. It tastes like legit frosting. You could even put it in the freezer, let it kind of chill for a little bit, and oh my gosh, it's so good. But I also brought out the sugar-free pudding mix because I love pistachio. I don't know if you guys love pistachio, but Jello, sugar-free Jello comes in a lot of different flavors. I like the white chocolate, I like the cheesecake, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll make what I just mentioned, and I'll actually add a little bit of sugar-free pudding mix as well. But I also like to just add a little bit of this to the Greek yogurt by itself, and it's also a really good sweet treat. And then, of course, with these Greek yogurt bowls, you know, you can kind of tailor them to what you're craving, you know, by choosing a different protein powder flavor, or you can always add toppings. You can add fruit, you can add chocolate chips, you can add nut butter. I actually have a really awesome recipe for protein cookie dough, quote-unquote cookie dough, and it's actually made with Greek yogurt as the base and protein powder. So I will put that picture up here, like I'll put a picture of what it looks like. The recipe is also on my Instagram page, so if you want to check it out, go to my Instagram page. There is a saved reel called Protein Cookie Dough, and that's where you'll find the recipe. But this was a sweet tooth hack worth sharing because I've been loving my Greek yogurt, and I honestly feel like you can do so much with it. Okay friends, so I'm actually going to make this one on camera for you, but this is a sweet tooth hack of mine. I'm going to show you this little concoction. However, I think rice cakes in general can kind of be a sweet tooth hack, and let me explain, because you can literally top them with whatever you want. Now, if you take a plain rice cake, obviously, you know, just eating it plain is probably not going to curb your sweet tooth. Now, they do have chocolate rice cakes, caramel rice cakes, apple cinnamon. Now, those alone may help to curb your sweet tooth for sure, but if you take a plain rice cake, you can literally get super creative and put whatever you want on top. My go-to is honestly peanut butter. You could do peanut butter and put some jam on top for PB&J rice cakes. You could put some dessert hummus, like chocolate dessert hummus on top. You can get super creative with these little guys, and they're only like this little one right here. 7 grams of carbs, right? So we're working with a blank canvas. I'm going to show you guys something that I am going to show you that is amazing. Essentially what I'm going to do is I have this plain rice cake. I am going to take PESCIENCE vegan mint chocolate protein. So honestly, any chocolate flavor works. This is just the one I have. A little shameless plug, you can use code lexiemait for a discount on any PEScience products. But I'm gonna take some of this, I'm gonna make a paste. I'm going to make a protein pudding paste and slather it on top, and then wait for it, there's gonna be a special surprise at the end. Alrighty friends, so this is what I'm working with. It doesn't look super appealing to the eye, I know, and it's hard to do this with one hand, but I used about 15 grams of the PEScience Select protein powder, the vegan chocolate one, and then I added a little bit of water, just enough so it formed like this paste. I'm gonna stir it up a little bit more again, but just used water, stirred it up, and it forms this like pudding paste. As you can see, it's very thick. So now I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna spread it on top of the rice cakes, and 15 grams is a little less than a half a serving of a scoop. So this has about a little less than 10 grams of protein in it right now. So I'll probably use almost all of it to put on top of the rice cake, but you can definitely, you know, manipulate the portion sizes of what you're using per your macros. But I'm gonna spread this bad boy on top of the rice cake, and then stay tuned for the little surprise at the end. Boom, there we have it. Actually, if you want the peanut butter to be a little bit more like not spreadable, but like if you want to be able to drizzle it on top, you could easily microwave your peanut butter, but I did not do that, so it doesn't look super pretty. But anyways, this is my little sweet tooth hack. This is a rice cake with chocolate flavored protein pudding on top, and then a drizzle of peanut butter. So essentially, like I said, if you use your imagination, it's like a protein Reese's peanut butter cup. Okay, so here is a sweet tooth hack, and I've actually shown this in a previous video, so bear with me if you've already seen this before. But I think a lot of times people forget that like sometimes just making drinks can actually help to curb the sweet tooth. So this is an example of something I've really been enjoying recently. So I've got this instant coffee right here, instant decaf powder. Now the reason I like decaf is because I can honestly drink this at any time of day, even at night. You know, if I have a sweet tooth at night, I can have this and not feel bad about it. So essentially what I do is this little drink concoction that I am making, or that I made right here, really does help with the sweet tooth in my opinion, because it does taste very sweet. So I took some of the instant coffee, I mixed it with about 6 ounces of cold water, I shook it up, and then you can add vanilla almond milk. I added a little bit of this glazed donut skinny syrup, coffee syrup, which I get from TJ Maxx or Home Goods, and then I added a little bit of this stevia, and then I shake it all up, and then it makes this like delicious frothy or like foamy goodness. And I'll put it back in the refrigerator because I like to, like, it thickens if you put it in the refrigerator for like an hour, but it really does taste like a really sweet like coffee drink. So this is one of the things I do like to sip on if I have a sweet tooth, you know, if it's even if it's in the evening and I'm like, oh, I finished all my food for the day. This is a really like low cal drink. I mean, it barely has any calories in it. I mean, you would essentially just count the almond milk and maybe like a carb or two from the instant coffee, but that's it. So it's really good to drink, you know, at night if you're like, oh, I have a sweet tooth, but I finished all my food for the day. So that is a sweet tooth hack, if I could talk, of mine, and something I have recently been enjoying. Okay, so another thing I actually just thought about on the topic of liquids kind of helping to curb a sweet tooth. So I just showed you guys the instant decaf coffee creation I've been enjoying, but these drinks right here are amazing. So these are some sparkling water drinks. It's the brand Clear American. You can get it from Walmart. Now I can't guarantee that you'll find these exact flavors, but they typically have a good stockpile of flavors. There's like 10 plus different flavors, but this is the best sparkling water you will ever drink, in my personal opinion. It's not bitter, it's actually sweet. So I say that this is kind of a sweet tooth hack because they are sweeter, and sometimes, you know, you just like, you want a little something sweet but nothing crazy. These can be kind of a nice little sweet tooth hack, so to say. So I just wanted to mention that as it was on my mind. Okay friends, so last little sweet tooth hack of the video is kind of a given, I guess maybe an obvious one, but protein bars and protein snacks, so to say. So there are a lot of companies out there that actually make really good, like healthier alternatives to some of your favorite, like quote unquote junk foods or sweet treats. So for example, like brownies, cookies. I'm sure you guys who are watching have heard of a ton of different companies. So I'm just gonna talk about a couple of my favorites really quickly. I'm not affiliated with any of the ones I'm gonna talk about, but I just wanna share some of my favorite like protein bars and protein snacks, so to say. So the first one I'm gonna actually show you guys, I have it. It is Power Crunch bars. So essentially these bars, I say protein bar, but honestly, they've got 13 grams of protein, but they've also got like, this one has 14 grams of fat and 11 grams of carbs. So it's essentially the same macros as like 2 tablespoons of nut butter. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a protein bar, but it is really good. I love keeping these in the freezer and enjoying them. So this is one of my favorites, Power Crunch. And you can get these pretty much at any grocery store, even Walmart. My next favorite thing is I do love Quest bars. So I particularly love the birthday cake Quest bar. I also love the blueberry, I think it's called like, blueberry muffin. That one is really good. But if you have the chance to do so, put one in your microwave for like 10, 12 seconds, let it get a little gooey. Oh, so good. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is Eat Me Guilt Free. I've talked about these before in future videos. I don't have any right now or else I'd show you guys, but I'll put a little picture up here of what they look like. Eat Me Guilt Free, they make these protein brownies and they are chef's kiss. So amazing. The macros are really great. They've got a lot of protein and I don't eat these things all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with them. However, I do find that in a pinch when you are like, I have to have something sweet, they can be nice alternatives to, you know, rather than going all in on like cookies, cake, whatever it may be. Again, there's nothing wrong with that stuff, but it's about everything in moderation. But I do find that these healthy alternatives can kind of help to curb your sweet tooth in a time of disparity when you just need a little something. And the macros are, you know, typically pretty good. Ingredients are a little bit better than the real deal. So those are some of my favorites. I'm trying to think, yeah, those are my top protein bars. I love Power Crunch. I love Quest. I love Eat Me Guilt Free brownies. Oh, I also love Outright bars. So delicious. But I digress. Those are some of my favorite little protein snacks. So I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any sweet tooth hacks of your own, comment below. Please share this video. It would mean the world to me, and I feel like it could come in handy for a good amount of people out there. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, tag me on Instagram if you watch it, and I will catch you guys in the next video.